My name is Anna. I lived a quiet life in my village. One day, I received a letter from a pen pal I never knew I had, and it changed everything. My village was very small. Green hills surrounded it. A clear river flowed nearby. The houses were old and made of stone. My family lived in one of these houses. We had a small garden. My mother grew vegetables there. My father was a farmer. He worked hard in the fields. I had a younger brother, Tom. He liked to play by the river. I was 20 years old. My life was simple. Every morning I woke up early. The sun would just be starting to shine. I helped my mother in the kitchen. We made breakfast for the family. Then I would help with chores. Sometimes I helped in the garden. Sometimes I helped my father with small tasks on the farm. I liked to read books. We did not have many books, but I read them many times. I dreamed of faraway places. Places I read about in my books. But my village was my whole world. It was a good world. A quiet world. I did not have many friends my age in the village. Most young people went to the city. They went for work or study. I stayed. I loved my village. I loved the peace. But sometimes I felt a little lonely. Just a little. I would sit by the river. I watched the water flow. I wondered about the world. Outside. What was it like? Were people different? Then that day came. It was a normal Tuesday. The sky was blue. White clouds moved slowly. I was helping my mother hang clothes to dry. The postman, Mr. Gable, came up the path. Mr. Gable was an old man. He always had a smile. He usually brought letters for my parents, or a newspaper. This time he looked at me. He said, "Anna, this letter is for you." I was very surprised. For me? I did not get letters. Who would write to me? My mother looked surprised too. I took the letter from Mr. Gable. My hands trembled a little. "Thank you, Mr. Gable," I said. He smiled and went on his way. I looked at the envelope. It was light blue. The stamp was pretty. It showed a picture of a bird I had never seen. The address was written in neat handwriting. My name, Anna, was clear. But the return address, the place it came from, was a city I did not know. A city far, far away. My mother said, "Well, open it, Anna. Who is it from?" I felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. My heart was beating fast. It felt like something important was about to happen. Maybe you have felt like that too? When something new and unexpected comes into your life? It can be a little scary, but also very exciting. I went to my small room. I sat on my bed. I held the letter in my hands for a long time. I looked at it again and again. Finally, I took a deep breath. I carefully opened the envelope. Inside, there was a single sheet of paper, the same neat handwriting. The letter began, "Dear Anna." I read it, slowly. The letter was from a boy. His name was Leo. He wrote that he was 22 years old. He lived in a big city, a city with tall buildings and many cars, a city I had only read about in books. He said he found my name on an old list, a list from a school project, a project about connecting students from different places. He said the project was very old. He was not sure if the list was still good, but he wanted to try. He wanted to write to someone in a different kind of place. He hoped I would not mind. He wrote about his life. He was a student. He studied art. He loved to draw and paint. He asked about my life. He asked about my village. He asked if I would write back. I read the letter 3 times. Leo, a boy from a big city, writing to me. Anna, from a small village. It felt like a dream. I did not know what to think. Why me? Why now? My quiet life suddenly felt less quiet. It felt like a little window had opened, a window to a world I did not know. For the next few days, I thought about the letter. I kept it under my pillow. I would read it before I slept. And when I woke up, should I write back? It was a big question for me. My mother asked me about the letter. I told her it was from a student in a faraway city. He wanted a pen pal. My mother smiled. She said, "That sounds nice, Anna, but be careful. The world is big." I knew. She was right. I needed to be careful. But my heart felt a pull towards this new thing. This letter from Leo, I decided to write back. I was nervous. What should I say? My life was so simple. His life sounded so exciting. What could I tell him that would be interesting? I took a piece of paper. I found my best pen. I started to write. I wrote, "Dear Leo." I told him about my village. I described the green hills, the clear river. I told him about my family, about my father's farm, about my mother's garden. I told him I liked to read. I told him his city sounded very different from my village. I told him I was happy to get his letter. I tried to make my handwriting neat, like his. I put the letter in an envelope. I bought a stamp from the post office. I posted it. Then the waiting began. Every day I looked for Mr. Gable. Would he have a letter for me? Days passed, then a week. I started to worry. Maybe he did not get my letter. Maybe he did not want to write again. It is hard to wait, isn't it? When you are hoping for something. Then one afternoon, Mr. Gable came. He smiled. He had another light blue envelope. For me. My heart did a little jump. I thanked him. I ran to my room. Leo had written back. He said he was so happy to get my letter. He loved hearing about my village. He said it sounded beautiful and peaceful. He asked more questions. He asked about the animals on the farm. He asked about the food we ate. He told me more about his art. He said he liked to draw nature. He said maybe one day he could draw my village. And so, our letters began to fly back and forth. Across the miles, from his big city to my small village, from my small village to his big city. Every few weeks a letter would arrive. It was the most exciting part of my month. I learned so much from Leo. He told me about museums. He told me about big libraries. He told me about different kinds of music. He sent me a small drawing once, a drawing of a bird from his city. It was beautiful. I put it on my wall. I told him about my life too, about the changing seasons in the village, about the festivals we celebrated, about the quiet evenings. I told him about my dreams of seeing new places. He understood. He encouraged me. He said, "Anna, the world is big and beautiful. You should see it if you can." Our letters were like a conversation, a slow conversation, but a deep one. I felt like I knew Leo, even though I had never seen him, never heard his voice. He felt like a friend, a special friend. My life in the village continued. I still helped my family. I still read my books. But something inside me had changed. I felt more connected. I felt less alone. The world felt bigger and friendlier. One day, Leo wrote something that made me very thoughtful. He wrote, "Anna, I feel like I know your village so well from your letters, and I know you, but I have never seen your face. Would you mind sending a photograph? I can send one too if you like." A photograph. I had very few photographs of myself. People in my village did not take many pictures. I felt shy. What if he did not like how I looked? It is a silly thought, maybe. But I had it. I talked to my mother. She said, "Anna, you are a beautiful girl. If he is a true friend, he will see your kind heart." My mother always knew what to say, so I asked my father to take a picture of me. I stood in our garden. The sun was shining. I tried to smile naturally. My father took the picture with his old camera. When the picture was ready, I looked at it. It was just me, Anna, from the village. I sent it to Leo with my next letter. I was very nervous waiting for his reply. His letter came, and inside there was a photograph of him. He was standing in a park. There were tall buildings behind him. He had dark hair and kind eyes. He had a warm smile, just like I imagined. He wrote that he liked my picture. He said I looked very kind. He said my garden looked lovely. I kept his photograph on my small table. Sometimes I would just look at it and smile. Our friendship grew stronger with each letter. We shared our hopes. We shared our small worries. He told me about his exams. I told him about the harvest on our farm. It was a simple friendship, but it was very real. It was built on words. Words across the miles. Months turned into a year. Then almost 2 years. We had written so many letters. I had a special box where I kept all of them. My box of treasures. My quiet life was still quiet, but it was different now. It was filled with anticipation for Leo's letters. It was filled with thoughts of a world beyond my village. Leo had opened a window for me, and I was so grateful. One day, a letter arrived. It felt thicker than usual. I opened it with curious fingers. Leo wrote, "Dear Anna, I have been thinking a lot. Our letters mean so much to me. You are a very special friend. I have a holiday from my studies soon. I was wondering, I would very much like to visit your village. I would love to see the green hills and the clear river you write about. And of course, I would love to meet you in person. What do you think?" My heart stopped for a moment. Then it started beating very, very fast. Leo wanted to visit, to come to my village, to meet me. I read the words again and again. I could not believe it. I felt a rush of feelings: happiness, excitement, nervousness, a little bit of fear, all mixed together. Meet Leo? In person? After all this time? This was a big step. A very big step. I ran to my mother. I showed her the letter. She read it. She looked at me. She smiled a very gentle smile. "Anna," she said, "this boy Leo, he seems like a good person. Your letters have made you happy. If you want him to visit, then he should visit. We will welcome him." My father agreed. He said, "It will be good to meet this young man who writes such nice letters. Their support meant so much to me. It made me feel brave." I wrote back to Leo immediately. I said, "Yes, Leo, please come. I would love to meet you. My family would love to meet you too. My village is waiting for you." I told him how to travel to our village. It was not easy. He would have to take a train, then a bus. Our village was far from big roads. The next few weeks were a blur of excitement. We wrote more letters, planning his visit. He told me the date. He would arrive. I counted the days. I helped my mother clean the house. We planned special meals. I even tried to learn a few new recipes. I wanted everything to be perfect. I told my brother Tom about Leo. Tom was excited to meet someone from a big city. The whole village seemed to know. Mr. Gable, the postman, would ask me, "Is your friend coming soon, Anna?" Everyone was curious. In a kind way, the day Leo was to arrive was a bright summer day. The sky was a perfect blue. I woke up very early. I could not sleep much anyway. I put on my best dress. It was a simple dress, light yellow, like sunshine. I brushed my hair many times. I looked in the small mirror. My cheeks were pink with excitement. My mother hugged me. "He will like you just as you are, Anna," she said. I went to the bus stop with my father. The bus from the city came only once a day. We waited. My hands were cold, even though the day was warm. I kept looking. Down the road. Then I saw the bus. It was coming around the bend. My heart thumped like a drum. The bus stopped. The door opened. A few people got off. Local people. And then I saw him. Leo. He looked just like his photograph, but also different. Real. He was taller than I thought. He carried a small bag. He looked around. His eyes were searching. Then he saw me. A big smile spread across his face. The same kind, warm smile from his picture. He walked towards me. "Anna?" he said. His voice was nice, gentle. "Leo?" I replied. My voice was a little shaky. He laughed. "It's really you." "It's really you." I laughed too. All my nervousness seemed to fly away. It was just Leo, my friend. My father shook his hand. "Welcome to our village, Leo," he said. "Thank you, sir. It is beautiful here, Leo replied, looking around at the green hills. We walked back to our house. Leo talked easily with my father. He asked questions about the farm. He was curious. He was friendly. My mother and Tom were waiting at the door. My mother welcomed him warmly. Tom, usually shy, quickly started talking to Leo about his toys. Leo stayed with us for a week. That week was like a wonderful dream. He loved our village. He said it was even more beautiful than my letters described. We walked by the river. I showed him my favorite places. He brought a sketchbook with him. He drew the old stone houses. He drew the trees. He drew the river. He even drew my cat, Whiskers. Whiskers usually did not like strangers, but he seemed to like Leo. Leo ate dinner with my family every evening. He told us stories about his city, about his art school. My family liked him very much. My father enjoyed talking to him. My mother said he had very good manners. My brother Tom followed him everywhere. We talked for hours and hours. It was so different from writing letters. Hearing his voice, seeing his expressions. We laughed a lot. He had a good sense of humor. He told me about his family. He showed me pictures of his parents and his younger sister. I learned that his life in the city was not always easy. He worked hard at his studies. He missed quiet places sometimes. One afternoon we sat by the river. The sun was warm. The water sparkled. Leo looked at me. He said, "Anna, thank you for inviting me. This is the best holiday I have ever had." I smiled. "I am so happy you came, Leo." He picked up a smooth, flat stone. He skipped it across the water. "Your letters," he said. "They were like a light for me. Sometimes the city can feel very big and lonely. Your words about your simple, beautiful life, they made me feel calm. They made me feel connected." I understood what he meant. His letters had done the same. For me? He asked me, "What about you, Anna? Has our friendship, changed things for you?" I thought for a moment. "Yes," I said. "Very much. Before your first letter, my world was just this village. A lovely world, but small. Your letters opened a window. You showed me there was so much more. You made me feel braver, like maybe I could see some of those faraway places too one day." Leo smiled. "I hope you do, Anna. You have a curious heart, and a kind one." The week passed too quickly. Soon it was time for Leo to leave. We all went to the bus stop to say goodbye. My mother gave him a jar of her homemade jam. My father shook his hand firmly. Tom gave him a drawing he had made. I felt a little sad, but also very full of happiness. Leo turned to me. "I will write to you, Anna," he said, "as soon as I get back." "I will write to you too, Leo," I promised. He looked at me for a moment. Then he said, "Thank you, Anna, for everything." He got on the bus. He waved from the window until the bus was out of sight. Life in the village went back to its quiet rhythm, but for me, it was different. Richer. Leo's visit was like a beautiful story I could remember again and again. and true to his word, his letter arrived a week later. He wrote about his journey back. He wrote about how much he missed the village. He wrote about how much he missed our talks. Our letters continued, but now they were different. We had shared real moments. We had seen each other's smiles, heard each other's laughter. The surprise letter from afar had truly changed everything. It brought a wonderful friend into my life. It expanded my world. It showed me that connections can be made across any distance. If hearts are open, I still live in my small village. I still love its peace. But I am not the same Anna. I am more confident now. I read even more books. I dream bigger dreams. Maybe one day I will visit Leo City. Maybe I will travel to other places too. The window Leo opened is still open. And the world feels full of possibilities. Sometimes I think about that first letter, that light blue envelope, how a simple piece of paper with simple words could start something so special. It taught me that you never know when something wonderful might happen. A small thing can lead to big changes. A simple hello, a kind word, a letter from a stranger who becomes a friend. Life is full of surprises, isn't it? Good surprises. We just need to be open to them. We need to be brave enough to reply, to connect. Maybe you are waiting for a letter, or maybe you can write one. Maybe you can open a window for someone else, or for yourself. It's a beautiful thought. My story with Leo is still being written, letter by letter, word by word, across the miles. And my heart is full of gratitude for a surprise letter and for a friendship that made my quiet life shine a little brighter. Keep your heart open. You never know what good things will come. It is good to be brave. It is good to try new things. A beautiful journey can start with just one small step or one small letter.